Hello again. This is part two of I'm not sure how many What's in My Totes videos we've done so far, but I'm Mike and this is Matt, and we're gonna continue looking at my record collection, which isn't I don't have a lot, but
Welcome to
there's some.
Mike's video show, by the way.
Yes,
Also AKA the high end room.
yes. Thank you for joining us in the high end room. That's what we should title the. I don't know, like.
Yeah, but then you'll have people coming in here thinking we have like stereo equipment and shit.
I mean, if you look at the outside of the house, it's obvious there's not. But, anyway, here is Skate Town, USA, which is this is the soundtrack to the very good 1979 film called Skate Town, USA, which stars Scott Baio. Yes.
Didn't we see this in Austin?
We saw this in
We saw
Austin.
this, and they were giving this record away. This isn't how we got the record.
No, it's not.
Would have been a much better story. But they were giving the record away if they were having a contest. I don't
I don't remember if it was a drawing or what.
Yeah, but we went to what's the
It was the Alamo Draft House.
Alamo Draft
in
House.
downtown
and
Austin.
We watched this for the first time.
Yeah. The Alamo Draft House is still around. I mean, but the one in Austin used to every once in a while show very obscure movies. And if it was something obscure enough, Matt and I a couple of times went down to Austin. I think we went 3 different times. Skate Town, USA, Carnival Magic, and then we went for one of the Quentin Tarantino, the
things.
Q Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also features this movie. The cast includes Scott Baio, Patrick Swayze. I think it might be one of his first movies, if not his first. It also features Ruth Buzzy, and I think Flip Wilson, Billy Barty, and Ron Palillo, who was Horseshack on Welcome Back, Kotter.
Nick Castle.
He's the guy who was in the Halloween in Michael Myers mask.
Screenplay.
Yes, he did. Yes, yes. Nick Castle's very interesting. He did the screenplay for this movie, and they called it The Shape, I think, for the Halloween movies. He played the guy behind the mask in Halloween.
And when he takes off the mask, that's actually somebody else. You're not seeing Nick Castle there.
It's William Shatner. The mask is...
No, not the mask itself,
okay.
but when he takes the mask off in the movie, the guy who's playing
the
unmasked Michael Myers is not Nick Castle.
Okay.
From what I recall.
So that's a pretty cool record to have. I had that it came out on Blu-ray, that movie, Skate Town, USA, and I recommend it. It's good 70s cheese, you know. This is interesting. This is an album by the Celebrant Singers, which this record came out in 1980, 81. Looking for sometimes the release date is on the album itself. I don't see one. Anyway, just from memory, that is, I believe, from around 1980 or 81, maybe 79. I have a cousin who was in this group, the Celebrant Singers, and I think the band played, around the country, maybe in other countries also. But she was part of this band, and
Is she on this recording?
I'm not sure, but I don't even remember how many people were in the band. It seems like there were probably several members of the band. Celebrant Singers, you can Google it. Anyway, I have a cousin who was in this band, and I don't remember getting this album when I was a kid, but I possibly saw this at a vintage store or an antique mall, and I was like, Celebrant Singers, oh my god, that was the band that my cousin was in.
Very cool.
So I bought it, yeah. Here's another Sesame Street album. This is the 10th anniversary album. So this came out in 1979, I guess, because Sesame Street started in 1969, and the copyright date is 78. Anyway, so yeah, this is something that I got at Half Price Books, and I thought, well, that's kind of cool. It's Sesame Street. There's Muppets and stuff. So, and Grover's on the front, and there's the back of it. Sesame Street 10th anniversary album. All right, this next one is called The Great Songs of Christmas. This just has a bunch of Christmas songs. It has, nowadays, I don't think that you would find, well, first of all, you wouldn't find records very often, although records are kind of starting to come back into vogue, I guess.
I mean, yeah, half-price books and,
Yeah.
and thrift stores and even, I mean, there's still a bunch of record stores around.
But I can't imagine there being that much text now on a record.
I wish there was.
Yeah.
I wish there were.
Yeah, because people are impatient now and don't like to read a bunch of stuff. So, let me begin. Like the festivities, customs, and observances of the Christmas season, our album this year is a careful blend of old and new. Many of the carols included here date back to the year 1500 and even earlier. Still others were written within recent years and quickly have become widely loved
Alrighty.
classics. Here is Elvis, a legendary performer. Elvis, Elvis, a legendary performer. Legendary performer. There he is, belting out another song. That's all right.
That's all right.
I love you because.
Heartbreak Hotel.
Heartbreak Hotel.
There's a song called Elvis.
No, it's an excerpt from an interview. Oh, Elvis, yeah. Woo, Elvis. Mama. Yeah, it's my name. We all know that song. Don't be cruel. Love me. Trying to get to you and love me tender. And there's, yeah. All right. So there's that. Elvis, a legendary performer. This came out in 1973, so he was still alive when that came on.
When did Mr. Presley die?
1977. I think it was in August, maybe.
Okay.
And that's the record itself. Elvis, a legendary performer. Volume 1.
It's a really flimsy.
Well, we're talking about
jacket.
we're talking about records now, not.
Hold on, we still got some Elvis. Stuff to
Oh,
go through.
there's a calendar. There's some photographs. There's a commemorative booklet apparently that came with the. There's some old photographs of Elvis in the past.
And some from the future.
From the future. Are those like set lists? Where are those? Contracts?
Yeah. Million sellers.
Oh, like
Financial
charts.
reports,
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and there's like
here's his
tour dates.
Yeah, this is cool.
Oh yeah.
Sold out, all the way down.
When was he in Dallas?
That would have been November 13th, 1971.
Oh, were you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Sold out.
Was that his only? Well, that's one
well, I'm
tour.
looking for Texas here.
He was at the Houston Livestock Show on February 27th, 28th, and then March 1st, 1970.
They were lucky.
Yeah. At the livestock show, do you think at the livestock show? Do you think they were bowled over by him?
Bowled over. Yes. Oh, Houston the night before.
Oh, okay. All right.
Good Lord.
All right. So here's the next album. This is the soundtrack to the very good movie Welcome to L.A. Welcome to L.A. Starring
The Arrow Flies.
yes, that's a good song. This is a movie directed by Alan Rudolph. This came out in, I believe this also came out in, this was 1976 is when this movie came out. Alan Rudolph was kind of a protege of Robert Altman. So a lot of Alan Rudolph's films are kind of similar to Robert Altman's films. Just kind of where you have the slow zooms.
The long takes.
The long takes, dialogue, dialogue driven, which are the best types of movies. The cast featured Keith Carradine, Denver Pyle, Geraldine Chaplin, Sally Kellerman, Harvey Keitel, Sissy Spacek was in it.
No relation.
You're not related to Sissy Spacek? Okay. Music and songs by Richard Baskin. And the best song on this album is, you just heard a sample of it. It's called When the Arrow Flies. I recommend you find that song on YouTube and play it for your family this Christmas.
Let us know how you like it.
Let us know in the comments. And it has...
Arrow flies.
Yes. Right. I like that song. I actually found a version of it on YouTube that... Oh, wait, I think it's from the record. The version from the record is not exactly the same as the version from the movie.
Sure, that happened a lot.
That always annoys me, though. Because when I hear a song in a movie and I really like the song...
You want that version of it.
Yes. I don't
want...
that
happened to me. The first time I noticed that was when I bought a cassette of the Little Shop of Horrors.
Mm-hmm.
And I think pretty much every song was a different version than what was in the movie.
Oh, man. Oh, well. All right. Oh, yeah.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Here we go.
Ooh, this is wonderful.
Marjo. By Marjo Gortner. Album is called Bad But Not Evil. Marjo Gortner was as a youth, Marjo Gortner was a minister. His parents, I believe, made him kind of like be a child evangelist. And there's actually a good documentary that came out in 1972 called Marjo.
Yep.
About Marjo Gortner. It was made when he was older, when he was probably in his 20s. But after being a child evangelist, Marjo Gortner became, he's primarily known for being an actor. Apparently he's also a singer, because there's this album that he recorded. He was an actor. He was in movies like Star Crash, When You Coming Back, Red Ryder, Bobby Joe and the Outlaw, a movie that starred Linda Carter.
Was he in Prayer for the Wildcats, or was that?
He was in Pray for the Wildcats with William Shatner and Andy Griffith. That's Pray for the Wildcats is an entertaining made-for-TV movie about these 4 guys who decide to take a motorcycle trip from Arizona to Mexico.
Nice.
And then hijinks ensue.
And he was in Mausoleum, if you haven't said
He was in Mausoleum also, yes. He was also on an episode of T.J. Hooker and an episode of the short-lived 1980s sci-fi show called Otherworld.
That sounds great.
And I think he was in American Ninja 3.
No, he wasn't.
Wasn't
American Ninja.
American.
I don't know. I haven't seen that one.
It's either 3 or 4. He's in. I haven't seen it either, but I just remember from his IMDb, list of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Here is. I love this back cover. It's Leonard Nimoy and The Way I Feel, and I think that I'm happy for Leonard Nimoy that he feels
that good,
so good like that. I mean, yeah. So this album contains. I'm trying to see. It has "If I Had a Hammer." So if you've heard his version of "If I Had a Hammer," then that came from this album. It doesn't have the Bilbo Baggins song, which is kind of semi-famous. It also features Billy Don't Play the Banjo Again, which was a prequel song to Billy Don't Lose My Number. There's that. And it was put out by Dot Records, which was a subsidiary of Paramount, apparently, a Gulf Western company at the time. So you can play this song also, or this album on YouTube, I'm sure.
Or even maybe Spotify.
Spotify it.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Who knows? And then here is Dick Smothers with Saturday Night at the World.
Without his brother?
Without his brother. But his brother is on the back. So apparently Dick Smothers recorded an album. Here's another fairly lengthy write-up.
So if you want to pause that and read it.
And it reads, Dickie Smothers, my brother, is one of the finest straight men in the business. Whenever I hear one of our records, I pick up on something new, or see once again how he has guided me through some weird comedy routine in which I've gotten myself hopelessly lost. He's a stable, creative, believable, and consistent straight man, one of the most neglected and important aspects of comedy. Okay, there's that. And we have just a few more records, which will complete the record collection portion of this. This is Emmylou Harris. Album is called Profile, the best of Emmylou Harris. My favorite song on this record is what's it called? It's called Easy From Now On. It's the last single. It's the last song on side 1.
How does it go?
Easy from now on. Well, let's research this more. Okay, so there's a record in here, and there's Emmylou Harris.
Paper jacket.
No, yeah.
It's got graphics on it saying, Emmylou Harris. And
She has good hair.
best of and profile. And
Yeah. All right. So there's that. And then we have,
for Happy Sack Productions.
what's it called? Happy Sack Productions?
Like Happy Sack.
Oh. What? Okay. Oh, there's more pictures. I never noticed that before. More pictures of Emmylou Harris on there. Emmylou Harris, of course, the famous country music artist from the 70s and 80s. And talented singer. Is she still with us? I'm not
I
sure.
don't know.
Okay.
If you know.
Let us know in the comments.
Ooh, Bonanza.
This is Bonanza Christmas at the Christmas on the Ponderosa. Here's an album featuring the cast of Bonanza, featuring Lauren Green, Michael Landon, Dan Blocker, and Pernell Roberts, TV's Trapper John MD. So here's the three of them singing. And there's songs like Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Deck the Halls, Christmas is a Comin', and O Come All Ye Faithful. So there's that. And then here's another album. This is another one that Matt put onto a CD for me.
I remember doing that, yeah.
Although you can find this on YouTube now. I haven't
I guess
listened
I'm
to...
not special anymore.
You're not. You never really have been. Here is Star Trek. There's no music. Well, there might be some music.
Yeah.
Is there some?
Intros probably, and
Okay. But it's basically Gene Roddenberry kind of narrating and telling the story of how he created Star Trek. There's like other sections about various parts of the show. I think the record came out like in 1972. Is there a year on there? 72, maybe 73?
76.
76. Okay, so it came out after the animated series, because the animated series was on from 73 until early 75. The cover does say that it features Gene Roddenberry, Isaac Asimov, Mark Leonard, DeForest Kelley, and William Shatner. Mark Leonard played Spock's father, Sarek. So that's a pretty cool album. And then the last one I have here is Stan Kenton. This is one of my mom's records. Oh, this is the North Texas
You have a concert there?
5 o'clock lab band. Is it 5 o'clock? Okay, on the back it says just North Texas Lab Band. So there was a house band at the University of North Texas in Denton, which at the time of this record was called North Texas State. And they recorded an album. That's why I kept this, because it's a local album from Dallas, from Denton, and it was my mom's album. It probably came out when she was going to school there. North Texas School of Music had been noted for years for its symphony orchestra, opera workshop, concert, and marching bands, and I think it still is well known for its music department. So this record by the band was put out maybe in 1961. 1961.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Also, we're going back to the Star Trek thing.
Yes. Oh,
There's an insert all about Gene Roddenberry and
cool.
Star Trek, and you can read all about him.
I'm thinking of bringing back that haircut.
You should.
Yeah.
This piece of paper will self-destruct in 10 minutes.
Uh-oh.
Also, here's the inside sleeve.
Nice. Again, a lot of writing.
With a lot of writing. And if you'll notice, look at this. You got I guess that's maybe a Halloween mask of Leonard Nimoy, but you also have a mask of William Shatner. And guess which mask that would be? If you take off all that hair and you take off the eyebrows and whatnot, who is that? You said it before.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. Oh my God, that does look. Can I see it again?
That's probably the mask that they
That
use.
is so amazing. Oh my God. Why are there masks?
I'm assuming those are the masks that
Okay.
kids could buy.
It's Gene Roddenberry with like Spock and Kirk masks, and this, I forget what these creatures are called. And, okay. And there's actual pictures of the album participants. That's pretty cool. Okay. All right. So that wraps up the audio, the record album portion of this. Now there's just one more bit left, which we will do in the next video, because we're at 21 minutes.
The producer.
My producer's telling me I should cut this off, and
It's time,
I think
guys.
she's correct. So that's the end of this video, and in the next video we'll look at more stuff, the final albums from this tote. So please be with us.